Hello, hi. Can you all hear me?
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi, hello, Mr. Hızıroğlu. How are you?
I am great, thank you. And you?
Thank you so much. I'm great as well. Perfect. Talha can hear us. By the way, guys, you can open your microphones, you can unmute yourselves and speak as long as we're not all talking at the same time. That's fine. They're writing hi, hello from the chat. By the way, may I call you Metehan? My name is
Yeah,
Okay.
please. Actually, you can call me Mete.
Thank
That's
you.
what
Thank you,
everyone
Mete.
does.
Thank you so much for making time for us. I know you must be super busy, but it'll be wonderful for us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I actually thank you for the opportunity. I think it's a great way to maybe have a positive attitude for everyone.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Would you mind if we wait for another 3-4 minutes? Because I
I reckon
we're
it will be
conflicting
better.
some of the classes. That's what I learned from the students. So let's wait for another 5 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Afterwards, we can get started.
Perfect.
Thank you. I'll mute myself and wait for another couple of minutes.
Okay.
Thanks. Well, once again, I would like to say hello and welcome to everyone. Today,
Hello, everyone.
Hilal is here too. I don't know if you all had the chance to meet Hilal. She is also at Kariyer office. And today's guest is going to be introduced by her. I typed in the chat, if you can type your questions, I'm sure Mete will be checking and answering in turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I can see the chat here, so feel free to ask any questions that comes to your mind, everyone.
Perfect. And we'll have about 30-35 minutes due to the limitations of Zoom, as you probably know. Now I'll leave the mic to Hilal. Thank you again for joining.
Thank you, Esra. Hi, Metehan. Welcome.
Hello, Hilal.
How are you?
I am great, thank you. And you?
Nice. I am okay. I would like to introduce you shortly to our students. Metehan was born in 1990 in Ankara. He studied at TED Ankara College through primary grade till end of high school. After graduated from high school, he started studying business administration at Koç University. At his third year in university, he went on Ghent University with Erasmus students exchange program. After graduation from Koç University in 2013, he got accepted to one of the leading business and finance schools in the United Kingdom, Kariyer University of London, to do his master's degree in business finance. After graduated from his master's degree, 2 more years he lived in London and worked at sales and marketing department of Autoflame Engineering. In late 2016, he moved back to Ankara and started working in Selnikel, which was founded by his grandfather in 1955 and still operates to this day as Turkey's oldest and highest capacity industrial burner and fan system designer and manufacturer. He currently works as business development manager and also do serve as a board member for both Selnikel and Hızıroğlu Holding.
So today, basically, all students, we have a guest who is coming from business administration as a field, but is working a lot in touch with engineers. So he will understand you all, I'm assuming. And he also has a great deal of international and administrative experience. So please do ask all your questions as engineers, as business administration students, or as folks who are considering international job market, perhaps.
Exactly.
Please, Mete, let's share with us your experience, please.
First of all, thank you, Hilal, for the brief introduction. And thank you for the Kariyer office for hosting me. And it's really appreciated. And I believe it's a great way to get together with everyone in these hard times, unfortunately. Most of us are stuck at home. Today I'm connecting from Ankara, Turkey. Unfortunately from home, so we are working at home.
Yeah.
And the days are passing by. And as Hilal introduced me as a summary, again, I want to go ahead. I was born in Ankara, and up until my high school graduation, I was living in Ankara. So I did primary school, high school, all in TED Ankara College. Then I wanted to move to Istanbul, actually. I wanted to get away from my family, you know, to go to expand my horizons, basically. And after the countrywide university exam, I managed to get into the Koç University Business Administration. And I studied 4 years there, just on time I graduated. And during my time in Istanbul, another thing I was looking forward to was having an international studying experience. I always believed that, you know, meeting with new people and in the different culture that might be hard from you, which is out of your comfort zone, benefits you a lot. So I applied for the Erasmus exchange program and got accepted to the Ghent University in Belgium, which was actually a bit of an interesting experience, because what our international studies office didn't tell us was the Ghent University doesn't have any English courses in bachelor's level, unfortunately. And we found this out when we got there. So it was my first day at Ghent University. We were going to select some courses, and they said, okay, so you're coming from an undergraduate degree, a bachelor's degree, but you can't have any English courses because we don't have. Every course we have in Flemish. So you have to take a master's courses. So we were a bit surprised, me and a couple of my other friends from Koç University. And they basically said, there's nothing you can do. You have to take master's courses if you want to proceed with here. So I said, okay, we have to go through with this. And luckily, I mean, I did some hard working, but also luckily, I managed to pass all the master's courses back when I was in Ghent University. Then I get back to Koç University to finish the remainder of my semesters. And one of the things I always wanted to do during high school and my university years was to have a master's experience abroad, and specifically UK. The reason I wanted to study in UK was I always has a interest in financial markets and finance, monetary issues, basically. So this is something ongoing in our family too, actually. Most of the guys are like divided to money guys, monetary guys, and engineering guys. So it's happened with the second generations, with my fathers, and again this happened with me. So I have a little brother, 3 years younger than me. So I was going first, and since I really liked finance and I liked investing, I liked following the markets. That's why I wanted to continue to study finance in my master's, and UK is one of the leading countries in terms of finance education. So that's why I applied to various universities in UK, and I got accepted to the Queen Mary University of London business finance master's course. I had a 1 year master's courses in UK are 1 year. So I finished my studies there. I did my thesis or dissertation, as the name we call it there. I submitted my thesis on conducting a monetary policy according to volatility of asset price movements. So if anyone is interested in these sort of stuff, you can ask me questions, or I can send you my thesis if anyone is interested. It's mostly econometric, but anyway. And I graduated with a merit degree there. And the other thing I wanted to do before coming back to Turkey was to have a business experience, basically, in abroad. And I felt London was the perfect place. But being a Turkish student, working in London has some difficulties in terms of getting the job permits. The company has to sponsor you, and this sponsorship goes on and on, but as a brief summary, the company that's willing to employ you needs to apply for the government, and they have to fill out some specific forms, and they went through audits. This is for everyone except the European Union. This might change after Brexit, but when I was studying in 2014, if you are out of European Union and free travel zone, European Economic Area, you have to do with the sponsorship. This is even, you can be African, South American, Asian, it all applies for the same, basically. So I started working at Autoflame company. This company is designing combustion management systems. Imagine you're entering a boiler house and you see a touch screen, which you can control your complete boiler system. Everything, the water levels, pumps, the pressure, the set points of boiler. So the main control units and exhaust gas analyzers, data transfer interfaces, other supplementary units, basically, what they are doing. So I worked there for almost 2 years. I spent the summer of 2015 in Turkey, except that 3 months period, because of my visa renewal procedures. I studied there for 2 years. And if anyone has specific questions on working on London, or how is the experience of working with a different culture, I'll be glad to answer them. But it was a good spell for me, actually. I learned a lot. It was, when you are studying, you tend to have people who speaks your own language. If you have friends back from university that are coming with you, and in London, I had a lot of friends coming from Turkey also doing for their master's courses. So sometimes you get carried away with your Turkish friends or whichever country you are from. But having a business there, I mean, we didn't have any Turkish one whatsoever in the company. So your complete day is passing by speaking English or French or Italian, whichever country you are trying to make your career on. And I believe this is really beneficial. And after having the 2 years of experience, I finally got back to Turkey. I think it was towards the summer 2016. And I started working at Selnikel, our company. So as a brief introduction of Selnikel, the company was founded by my grandfather at 1955. So we are celebrating somehow our 65th year at the industry right now. And it is actually a great thing to be a part of it, because Selnikel is Turkey's oldest company who manufactures boilers and industrial fans. I mean, before Selnikel started designing and manufacturing them, there wasn't any manufacturing this sort in Turkey. So everything was imported abroad, unfortunately, through the early years of Republic. But with my grandfather's and his colleagues' works, we started these businesses in Turkey, basically. Industrial boilers, our core business, industrial boilers, industrial burners, which basically burns the fuel and creates steam in the boiler, and industrial fans. And up to this day, we are still going on, and we have Turkey's highest capacity in terms of manufacturing and design of boilers, fans, burners, and all auxiliary equipments. And today we are exporting to more than roughly 60 countries, actually. And since I came back to the company together with our sales team and project team, towards the mid-2010s, our export was below 10%, went down to 10%. But currently, we finished last year of more than 50% of exports. So we are in terms of markets, we are growing. We reached to many countries. For example, for this year, we exported to Uzbekistan, to Romania, to Japan, to Thailand, to Tanzania even. We managed to expand our business and become a more global company. And since almost 4 years now, I'm honored to be a part of it as a business development manager. I am closely working with our sales team, project teams. I sometimes work as a project manager, because as a third generation of the company, there is no boundaries to your work. You have to take care of everything, basically, even the slightest, and some stuff you don't want to do at sometimes. But you have to do if it's your own business. If you want to start a business, or if you want to continue a growing business, you have to do whatever you need to, and you shouldn't be afraid of getting your hands dirty in that way. So as a very brief summary, this is my story, everyone. I hope this will give you a better idea. But if anyone has specific questions, I will be glad to answer them.
While our students are preparing their questions, may I ask a question with practical?
Of course.
So, well, we're the Career Center, so our first and foremost problem is employment of our students, all of the students in general in the world. You are a high level of administrator at a large company. I wanted to ask, could you, if it's not, of course, improper, could you tell us a little bit about employment opportunities at Selnikel in specific, or
Exactly.
in the field generally for engineers, for BA graduates? Can we start with that question?
Of course. First of all, I want to start with Selnikel. I believe Selnikel is a great place mostly for engineers, but for also other business personnel too. But if we started with the engineering, what our company does, as we are designing pressure vessels actually, and complete boiler systems, which is, as you know, pressure vessel is like a ticking time bomb. I won't, maybe not time bomb, but it's a ticking bomb, and you have to, every design criteria has to be very strict. You have to comply with European or American standards and norms. And so there is a great deal of engineering, thermodynamics, mechanical engineering, and specifically there also metallurgy is involved in our industry, and we are very much looking forward to increase our team. So if there are anyone at the AGÜ University who are willing to do a career as a mechanical engineer or industrial engineer, or who are looking forward to has an experience in energy, because we are doing a lot of business in power plants, namely from different countries, power plants. We supply equipments to power plants, both energy, heat, and air technique, also fans. They can get in touch with me and apply for an internship if they want. This is also for international students too, obviously. I'm not just speaking for Turkish students. We are open for everyone. We are looking forward to, because our business is growing, we are looking forward to grow our a team too, specifically design team, but also sales team, project execution team. And when I look at our company, I am not the only one who is not an engineer, obviously. There are people who studied international relations, business, finance. We have a complete finance department, which my brother is also working on, and he also studied finance. So I think it's a great way to do, because if you are coming from a finance background, what you will do here is you will basically do project financing, because every project has their own contract conditions. You almost never get 100% upfront payment for a project, and these projects goes for millions of euros. So the project financing is a really crucial aspect of our business, and similar businesses, manufacturing and design. So one of the main thing I observed was, when you're studying finance, you tend to go to apply for the global finance companies at first, maybe, but this is also another aspect, and following a project closely, doing the project finance, going on with the customer relations, and negotiating through the contracts in terms of both, in terms of law, looking from a lawyer's aspect. I mean, it has some great benefits, in my opinion, and if there's anyone who wants to join our sales team, design team, or project execution team, feel free to contact me.
Perfect. And there was a question from Elanur Karabulut about the internship opportunities, which I think you partially, almost completely answered already, right?
Oh, yeah, exactly. I actually just saw Elanur's message. First of all, thank you, Elanur. As I mentioned earlier on, we have specifically, it is towards summer we receive internships. We admit internships. They are coming from various universities. I remember someone coming from energy systems engineering, metallurgy, as I said earlier, mechanical, industrial, all sorts of engineers. We are quite open to have interns where they can see a complete process, and whatever you are interested in, maybe quality control, I mean, maybe purchasing. Our purchasing department also consists of engineers, by the way. Maybe purchasing, or maybe project, even our sales internship. It is possible, and we are quite open. So if you are ever interested, please get in touch with me through a career office of AGÜ, and I think we can sort something out.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that opportunity as well. I mean, we really thank you on behalf of all of our students. While they're preparing their questions, may I ask another question?
Of course.
Which comes up always in career talks. Students are always thinking about it. So let's say I'm a mechanical engineer or electrical engineer. How do you observe the new job market, the global job market today, where people are working more multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary. You know, you're an engineer, but you work at the sales department, or vice versa. Could you say a little more about that? Is it necessary that our students or graduates prepare themselves to work outside their field? Or can we just go with a traditional way of doing things?
I think it is absolutely necessary in this world to go outside what you are designated to do, maybe perhaps. Because I think one of the most elemental but important aspects of having a successful career, which will not go on by just one job. I mean, you can change jobs and even you can have a successful career, is to get out of your comfort zone, basically. And how multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary from these aspects, how do you improve yourself? I think the best way is to going out of your comfort zone and doing whatever you can get your hands on. This can be in terms of studying, even traveling. I mean, traveling and meeting with different people, different cultures, getting to know the locals. This puts you a perspective. You know, you need to have the hunger to learn something new and experiment with something new. And the same applies for your both personal life and your work life. In terms of work life, thinking about myself, I never thought, I mean, this, like when someone wanted me to do some job, basically, I never said, this is not in terms of, I'm at business development. This is not business development. Sorry. I mean, if you can be a person that wants to go like live by rules and boundaries. Okay, this is my duty. I will only do this. I mean, you can be successful with that too. But I think the key to improve and improving yourself, I think what is required is you need to go out, whatever you deem your comfort zone, and go out and do whatever job you can get your hands on. This is the only way you can get to learn everything about your job. This can be design and manufacturing as ours. You can work at services, you can work at financial industry, maybe healthcare or whatever. You need to be flexible. I think with the new trends in job markets, the world is going on. Companies look for flexible persons. I mean, for example, if I'm doing an interview who applies to a job in our company, one of the first criteria I looked at, how flexible is this guy? I mean, how flexible he is. By saying flexible, I'm not saying that he has to work at midnight or something. I mean, he tends to be open to try different stuff, and he or she needs to be eager to learn. I mean, because you cannot just learn one aspect of your job and can be successful. I mean, you have to get to know every bit of it. I mean, you cannot know every detail to the fullest. But, you know, as the saying goes, you have to know one thing to the fullest and the other things at least for somehow. Right. But I think it is essential, basically.
Thank you so much. It was very precious coming from you because there's less of a generation gap with you as a high level of administrator at a large company and our students. Thank you so much. Another question, maybe. So lots of our students are actually confused about the master's degree. Should I have one or do I not need one? As a person yourself, doing master's degree, MBA, and then coming to the job market again, to the industry. So you did not continue with your academic life. Is it necessary?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not working at finance.
Yeah, would you recommend doing a master's degree? Does it help in the job market? Yeah.
First of all, I definitely recommend doing a master's degree. And the essential idea here is, I believe, to challenge yourself. But I definitely recommend doing a master's degree that you are interested in. I mean,
I see.
because I see, I mean, throughout my lifetime, I saw a lot of my friends doing a master's degree just to avoid working for some more time, you know, obviously a student's perspective. So if you are going to apply for a master's degree, I definitely recommend that it will be something that you are interested on. I mean, it might not be something you will pursue on your career, but it will also help. But you should have an interest, and having a master's is challenging yourself, in my opinion, because challenges are good. I mean, you have a duty there, you have to finish. And when I look at my undergraduate degree and master's degree, there are a lot of differences in terms of how hard the courses are. It was really hard in our courses, and we studied day and night in my university in London. But I believe it was really beneficial for me. It put me on a discipline. And if you are going to apply for a master's degree, I also recommend that you apply for a master's degree with a thesis, basically, or a dissertation, whichever you name it. But the reason is, I mean, having a thesis can be a cause of depression. You know, it's with the, you know, time is running down towards the end of year, towards the summer, but these sorts of challenges improve you as a person. And while you are writing your thesis, you're starting to learn basically how to do a literature review, how to do an academic research. And believe me, these you can learn a lot of things from it. Maybe I don't use specifically financial asset price volatilities or how to conduct monetary policy in my daily job right now, but it benefited me a lot. And another thing applying for a master's is, if you can do and afford, try to apply to a course or a master's degree out of your town, out of your hometown. I mean, it can be still in your home country, obviously, but you have to, as I said earlier, getting out of comfort zone and getting to know different cultures and different people. This benefits you a lot. Unfortunately, some of the people just want to stay at their homes with their families. But if you can challenge yourself and get out with the new people, getting to know new people, I definitely recommend this. And if you can afford, or maybe you can get a scholarship, a definitely recommended thing is studying abroad, because foreign language is the key, everyone. I mean, this can be English, German, Italian, Spanish, whatever you want to pursue. Try to educate yourself on foreign language, because this will be, I think, in this global and interconnected world, your foreign languages, if you need to speak good English, and it is a great bonus if you have a bit more languages under your belt. I mean, I studied some German and Italian, and I don't speak them regularly, but it helps me when I meet clients from Germany or Italy. So the key is to improve your language, improve your English, and getting to know, because different cultures, if you got stuck in that culture throughout all your years, I mean, it won't help you. Right. To be successful. I encourage everyone, basically.
Thank you. Talha Hamid, I don't know if he wants to say it out loud, but he says it's hard to find your interest for a master's degree, I think. Do you have any recommendations on how to find their interests so that they can pursue a dissertation throughout a year or 2 years?
Well, it is hard to actually recommend how you find interest, but I can say to this: if you don't think that you need to improve yourself on a specific area doing your master's, it shouldn't be. I mean, you can just completely think professionally. You know, I mean, let's say you are doing energy systems master, looking for a career in our industry. But say your interests are art, like contemporary art is your interest. I mean, you like, or maybe literature, you like going to galleries, photography. I mean, like visual and visual arts, beaux arts, as they say. So this can't be your interest, but you're thinking professionally and you want to pursue a career in that industry, and then think pragmatically. I mean, which can assist you the most in your professional life? I mean, I know it is not easy to find interest looking for. I mean, you open up, for example, you want to study in Germany, and say example, you want to study in Munich. You go up, search Munich universities, you look at their courses. I don't think that attitude will get you. I mean, you might not be happy in the end, or wherever you move there. So you have to be certain on what you want to do. If it is not your interest, think pragmatically. What can assist you? Because master's is a more specialized, more detailed information of what you studied. If you are doing the same area as master's, it is the more detailed version or something completely different from your undergrad. So try to be pragmatic and think about the coursework, about how I can benefit from this, which courses I see and I'm trying to apply will be most beneficial for myself. So be pragmatic, but it is definitely recommended. It will be challenging, and try to go as hard as possible and harder courses as possible, because these are the things how you learn. If you select an easy course and having your days with just 1 or 2 days work before finals, it won't be, I mean, it will be just a waste of time, in my opinion.
Thank you so much for that honest final note as well. That's right, yeah.
My pleasure, Talha. I just saw your thank you message.
Thank you. We're actually...
I have also one more question, Mete.
Yeah,
of course.
Other time, so I was going to say, do we have a final question? Go ahead, Glad.
As you know, you work in London, and most of our students also would like to work abroad. Mm-hmm. And could you please give some experience and some information about working abroad? Is easy or not? Advantages and also disadvantages?
Yeah, of course. Well, actually, it's hard to say whether it's easy or hard, but when I look back to those times, I think it was, I don't know, it also helped me a lot that I worked at a great company there, and who I had, over the course of 2 years, I had good friendships there. Everyone was eager to teach each other, and it was a very multinational company. Actually, it wasn't a huge company. I mean, the employees were like roughly at the number of hundreds, but throughout these, I think we had at the room I was sitting there was an American who was my manager, a couple of UK person who were English. There was one Pakistani, one Polish guy, me, two more Chinese guys, and I think one Italian guy. So this was the room I was sitting on, and what I benefited most is this multicultural environment here. Benefited me a lot. I mean, getting to know them in terms of their personal lives, their opinions about their home countries, their opinions about lives. This is one of the great advantages I can tell to people who want to work abroad. I mean, for example, if you want to go to a big city like London or Paris or Berlin or the capitals of the big cities, you will almost guaranteed to find a multicultural environment, and you can get to know from different people. And I think most of the people were helpful. And for people who want to work in London specifically, or in UK, I would say, brace yourselves to bombarded by the English accent, different versions of English accent. I mean, I remember at my first week, I was thinking about, okay, I can't understand everyone clearly, because most of the people are coming from different zones of UK. Some are from Liverpool, some are from Leeds, and they all have these different accents. So at first I was nervous, because I'm trying to understand everyone. Because they are not like speaking very clearly. They are speaking with an accent and a strong accent. But over the time, I started getting used to this. And I remember my first days, because although I studied my university courses, high school courses in English all over the years, and I was quite happy with my English, I remember my first days when a phone rings, I was becoming really nervous, actually, because a potential customer was on the other line, and I was like, all right, oh my God, I have to speak English, I have to speak English. And so my first days was a bit nervous, but weeks and weeks after, then I started finding this as a natural thing, you know, like every day you are constantly speaking English with your customers. And I can recommend this to every student who is having a different foreign language, a mother language. I mean, this helps you a lot, working in English all the time, speaking English. In terms of life, it also, I think if you never left your hometown or maybe your home country, working abroad is also another great way of character improvement, because basically when you move to a new place, you are basically alone. I mean, there might be some people who know from the city, but you will build a life there. You have to find a home. You need to rent a home, basically. You need to find your furniture. You need to try to find ways to how to pay your rent and how to live on. I mean, if you always lived with your family before, how to cook your own food, how to clean everywhere, how to settle a life there. I mean, this benefits a lot professionally, because you are constantly dealing with challenges every day. And establishing a new life is a completely huge difference for people who are looking for a career abroad. And once you get to establish your life there, I think it becomes more fun. The first months are a bit nervous, maybe anxious, but I think in the end you will be benefited from it. Definitely.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I also agree that I think it adds a lot to the person's character, because at a workplace in your life, you're never just with your technical skills and knowledge. You're a person, always interacting with other people, and definitely that would make you a well-rounded person, at least. And thank you so much for that honest details. You know, people usually talk about the work environment itself, but you're giving us a lot of insiders info, how it feels actually to be there. How was your day-to-day life? Thank you so much. Unfortunately, we ran out of time.
Thank you.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, the time flies, actually. I didn't notice 45 minutes already passed.
It's really exciting to listen to such a success story, and I'm sure our students will be super happy when they hear about the internship opportunities at Selnikel as well.
Exactly.
With such a visionary administrator, especially.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the kind words. A lot. Thank you, Hilal. Thank you, Mete. If there are no final notes or final questions, we will say farewell for this time.
So if anyone has a final question, I don't know, but again, I would like to thank you for this opportunity. I think it was a great pleasure for me to get engaged with these with different people, and in these hard times, actually, we are at home all the time.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Metehan, thank you sincerely accepting our invitation.
Thank you
and
so much.
for valuable experience. We are waiting you again.
Yeah, hope to do this in person someday, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. We're hoping to host you in person on our campus. And you're receiving thank you notes in the chat section as well. In that case, I think there are no final questions. I will say goodbye and thank you one more time. And hopefully see you later in person on campus, Mete.
Hopefully.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you all our students for joining.